Welcome to Shed 100 Pounds. I'm Francesco Alessi. This episode, we're going to talk about gadgets, tools, stands, ladders. We're going to talk about a bunch of things you can add to your home gym that will help you realize your gains and or losses, whatever you're trying to achieve, much easier. We're going to look at things like barbell collars. They come in various shapes and sizes and how they operate. And if you ever have to put weights on barbells, you know there's a little bit of frustration there trying to get them on and off, as well as putting the collars on. So there's expensive ones and there's cheap ones. We're going to take a look at all of them. There's iPads. We're going to talk about iPads today and how you can utilize them. iPhones, more specifically, the case you have on your iPhone, how that can help you reduce some frustrations in the gym as well. Just make things a little bit more smooth. Especially if you do things like maybe high intensity interval training, circuit training, etc. The proper case in a gym could help you. We're going to talk about Bluetooth speakers. Even if you got a stereo in your gym, even if you listen to a headset, maybe not so much if you listen to a headset, but it could help. A Bluetooth speaker in certain instances can help you as well. We'll also look at some stands. I use Century stands that they use in video and film. And we'll take a look at a use for a ladder. So all of this is coming up right now.
What we have here is my iPhone, and I use DigiFit with my heart rate monitor. My heart rate monitor is a Bluetooth one. I'm just going to pick rowing here. It's not that important. And it will connect to my Bluetooth heart rate monitor on my chest, and it will give me my stats during my workouts. It's very handy. But even more handy is the case attached to it. It's made by Rockform, and it's a rock shield. And the cool thing about it is it has an earth magnet on it. It will stick to metal. Most metal at that. Obviously, it's sticking to my power cage, which makes it very handy to always see what your heart rate monitor is. You just put it up anywhere on the cage and it should stick. Makes doing the workouts very, very efficient. You know exactly what you're doing. You know when you need to push harder or slow it down if you want to stay within a heart rate. And as you can see, it's very quick. Just pull it off, put it on, and you're good to go. And obviously, I missed the J-hook there. I suck. There's really endless places you can place this on the rack. I'm setting up for some leg curls, but my head's gonna be low. Well, just throw it down there. Lay down, look off to the side, and you can see exactly where your heart rate is. If you want to look, you don't necessarily have to. You can just use it when you need to. Gotta do some sit-ups. Hey, look at that, it sticks right to a plate. Do some sit-ups, yank it off the plate. Hey, you know what? I'd like to do some power bag hitting. It's probably going to fall off of that rack though, right? Nope. Hit that bag all you want. It's not going to fall off. I will say that it might slip a little. And you might have to readjust, but the beauty part here, if you can't tell, is that you can go from exercise to exercise, still monitoring your heart rate, and you never have an issue with having to look at a watch or go over to the heart rate monitor and look. Now this setup is a little bracket that I got from Home Depot that I hooked onto the Gig Easy iPad mount. It allows me to watch a movie on the iPad, see my heart rate on my iPhone, and below that is the Concept 2 brain that tells me how I'm rowing. Just an example, but as you can see, I can watch a movie, see my heart rate, and I'm good to go. Now I can grab the iPhone, the iPad, I can switch over to a metronome program and do a 3-minute step challenge. That's where you step for 3 minutes based on this metronome, and then you sit down for 1 minute and you see where your heart rate lands. It's pretty cool. There's a free version of this metronome app. The Pro version just adds a few extra features. It's only $1.99 for the Pro features. You don't need them. Just step up and down. And as you can see, I'm using a ladder. The ladder, that's a 12-inch step. That's basically a standard step that you need. Also, the Bluetooth speaker was going. That was what was playing the metronome tones. It's very loud. What we see here is a Century stand. This is an audio-video film grip stand. These are not cheap, but they are very, very versatile. and I have my iPad attached to it via a Gig Easy iPad mount. It's very simple to set up and put the iPad in there, and I can adjust it to virtually any height, angle, or whatever I need. Now we're hearing the iPad's audio source jacked all the way up. Now we're listening to the Bluetooth speaker, which is significantly louder. And due to the fact that when you row, the rower makes a lot of noise, there's no way you're going to be able to hear the iPad audio without being boosted by something else. So these little Bluetooth speakers are very, very handy. I can put it anywhere, and I can watch movies and listen to music or anything. And just for reference, this is the iPad again. Now let's move on to the next tool. These are collars for barbells. They come in all kinds of designs and styles. I personally have my favorites. I'm sure other people do, but putting plates on barbells is just a pain in the ass at times. So these are nice. These are ones that came with my rack. They're okay, they slip on nice, but you still have to turn the nut to secure it. These are clamps. I don't really like these. I find them very hard to get on and off. They stick. I just don't get them. They're not my favorite. They're just pains for me. These are lock jaws. They're pretty cool. They're kind of expensive for something, but they do work, and they're nice, and they slip on and off, and they're pretty easy. If you want the cheapest thing you can buy, these are A-clamps. These are, again, used in film and video by Grips, but you just put them on there, and they'll hold your bar, and that's it. There are all the clamps and gadgets I can show you today. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe, and comment. Feel free to ask me any questions or to suggest future topics. I appreciate you watching. Thank you.